Hi, this is Maggie. I wanted to talk about the planet Eris and where it is in your chart and how it expresses itself. It's a dwarf planet. Um, I also wanted to talk, I took some notes. I also wanted to talk about Ceres. So to find your Eris and find your Ceres, you can go to Astro, go to the free charts, and then extended chart selection, and then choose choose natal chart with transits if you want, and then under the house system, um, just throw in transits with Ceres and not Juno. I've been looking at fixed stars all day. Ceres and Eros. Yes, I'm going to start with Eros. Yeah, and so I'm looking at my chart to see where they are because it's just easier. And Eros, they're both, first of all, they're both dwarf planets. Eros was just discovered August 6th, and it's really cool that the astronomer was thinking of astrologers and wrote down the exact time. He was from LA, so of course he would be cognizant of that. They first named it Xena, which is a really cool name. I kind of wish they kept that name. But Eros, it's Greek goddess of strife and discord, and the Latin name, I believe, for discord was Discordia. So, um, yeah, it was discovered in 2005, and it was referred to as the 10th planet, and then reduced to, of course, it's that was when it was originally discovered, and so yeah, it's a dwarf planet. But where it is in your chart expresses, you know, where you rebel or where you where your life expresses rebellion, strife, and discord. So yeah, I've got it in my first house in Aries, and right now it's transiting Aries. So, and Eris, there is no symbol that I see for it. They just spell it out, Eris. So yeah, yeah, Aries is a born rebel anyway, and as an Aries ascendant as well, and then having Eris there, it just added to the rebellion. So certainly, and so right now a lot of women are rebelling, and that's Eris. It's been associated with a lot of that, like Me Too, and just all these, you know, women actually started that in the 70s, but it's like it's going to another level now, and that's with Eros. And I guess the consciousness is more aware. It's more aware since 2005. That's when we begin to discover new planets or even dwarf planets, and it's the 10th planet beyond Pluto. So they were trying to make Pluto a dwarf planet for a while. So it is significant, or it wouldn't be on Astrodienst, um, to show where your Ceres is and where your, what's the other one? Where your, oh, sorry, got my notes mixed up. Where your Ceres and where your Eros is. I have all these Greek and Latin names written down, so I got them mixed up. So I'm just going to keep it simple. Eros, first of all, would be where it is in your chart to show, rebellion and strife and discord. So to have that in Aries, Aries is ruled by Mars, the god of war. So just and it is a goddess, So the whole goddess and uh, women are just rising up and showing themselves, and that's about when Eris was discovered. That's probably when things started. Women began to want to have a voice. Well, of course, they always wanted to have a voice since they got the vote, and even before. But yeah, so you can look up the mythology. Uh, it's very, very interesting for both. For both, I'm just going to call them dwarf planets. Um, yeah, so it's really cool that Xena, yeah, Xena is Eros. Yeah, Xena. Yeah, there used to be like superhero movies about Xena. Xena the warrior. That's probably why they named her that. Yeah. Anyway, she ended up being Eris, Greek goddess of strife, discord, and discordia is Latin. Um, referred to as the 10th planet. So it's really, uh, there has been a lot of strife. You know, Mars rules Aries. And yeah, so you don't want to mess with women right now. Women are really, really, really up right now. And that's transiting Eris. So in my chart, it just happens to be in Aries. In your chart, it might be in a different sign. So again, I told you you can look that up. So um, I wanted to talk about Ceres, the other dwarf planet that um, it looks, it does have a symbol and it's like a backwards question mark. So um, yeah, I was looking at fixed stars this morning. So I thought I would just start with these two before I get to all the rest, and at least learn to identify the symbols. And so these are the two latest ones. Yeah, so Ceres is a dwarf planet in between the asteroid belt. It's in the asteroid belt in between Mars and Jupiter. It's the, named after the Roman goddess of fertility or the Greek goddess Demeter. Demeter. So it's associated with fertility, motherhood, sustenance like food, ecology, and children growing up and letting go. And that's the whole story of Demeter and, her dad, her Zeus, or whoever. I just read the whole mythology and I forget already. But anyway, I think it was Zeus. Anyway, she got mad and so she killed all the plants or killed everything. And just, so anyway, you don't want to piss off a Greek goddess, and especially not Demeter and not Eros. You don't want to piss them off because, yeah. So anyway, the axis it's associated with Cancer, Cancer, Taurus, Scorpio axis, and um, fertility, motherhood, which would be Cancer. So it's a fine line between letting go and letting them grow up and being independent or being too possessive. And so that's kind of where she is. I'll call her a she because yeah, she's basically, yeah, getting too possessive. Yeah, so I think Zeus or someone got pissed off at her or sent her to the underworld, and so she started killing all the plants. And um, she's associated with growing up and letting go with children, also eating disorders, and um, what's the other one? Abuse. So where it is in your chart. I've got it in the first house in Aries as well as Eris. So yeah, so yeah, just how that, yeah, I'm not going to even go into where it is, how it manifests in my chart. First house Aries, you can kind of guess how that would manifest. Um, I was the rebel acting out one, you know, one of them anyway, of course. Um, and Aries is kind of a masculine sign, and so they don't have um, Virgo and Cancer are feminine signs, very feminine signs. So, um, yeah, balance, protection, ecology, fertility, um, Demeter. Yeah, so anyway, it's on the Taurus Scorpio axis, so they're fixed signs. So you piss off a Taurus, they see red. And you piss off a Scorpio, they see red as well. They're ruled by Mars and Pluto. So they're super they can blow up. I mean, they can go into a rage. And yeah, so you just read the story of the goddesses and you will kind of get the picture. Um, yeah, and so we're seeing a lot of that now, and that's our consciousness as well has evolved. So it's evolved enough to see Ceres, the dwarf planet, and to see Xena, Xena, the superhero, Xena, Eris, Eris, Eris. I read it Eros. Greek goddess of strife and discord. Yeah, so you don't want to piss her off, definitely. And women are pissed off right now. I mean, they really are just, spoiling for a fight. They're just really standing out. They're coming out in numbers. They want to be liberated, free. Aries, Eris transiting Aries um, is spoiling for a fight, and it likes to fight for the underdog. And in a lot of cases, women feel like they have been the underdog. So the goddess in them is that there's a lot of talk about the divine goddess now, and for some time. And so uh, yeah. So anyway, if you want to look to see what sign or what house your dwarf planets are in, you can look on Astro, go to the free charts, and go to the extended chart selection. Again, click on natal chart with transit so you can see where it is natally and where it's also transiting. So, yeah, in mine, they just both happen to be in Aries. So, yeah, just, yeah, that song, Baby, I Was Born That Way. that kind of applies to me, I guess. But, yeah, so, where you have it in your chart. Also, click on your house systems or your house system, and just put natal natal chart with transits and with Ceres and Eris. Eris. So that's about it. I'm sorry this is so rambling. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.